We're the Conservative Political Network. It's cpnlive.com. Please tell 100,000 of your closest friends. This is Christy Kelly. My name is Stan Solomon, and our next guest is? Hey, how are you? All right, say your name again, please.
Todd Chapman.
And Todd, what brought you out here to see Governor Palin?
Like to see the future president.
Well said. Any thoughts about her positions?
Well, I think she's got more leadership positions than the people we have elected, so she should do fine.
How aggressive and active are you going to be to make sure that Governor Palin and people like her are supported and elected to office throughout this country?
Do what I can.
No one can do everything, but everyone can do something.
That's true.
Great. And, you know, did you get a chance to go in and meet her? Did she sign your book?
No, I'm still waiting in line.
You're still waiting in line.
Yes.
What letter are you?
N.
Your letter N. Is that the last letter?
No, you.
It goes back to you.
Yes.
So how long did you wait in line this morning?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours? That's not too bad.
No.
And were you worried while you were in line that you were going to get cut off?
No, I knew I was about 700 in line, so.
Okay, that's good.
This man should work for the Park Service because he can estimate a crowd. Because the last time I checked, 1.7 million people went to Washington, and they said it was 50,000. Maybe that's the same way they figure, you know, how much we should keep and how much they should get. Let me ask you about a couple of issues here. And again, I'll say it up front. I am not neutral. Anyone that has that confusion, I am not neutral, okay? I'm just to the right of ridiculous.
Nobody's confused.
All right. Let me ask you about a couple of base issues. Let's start with, does the government have a constitutional right to take the assets of the people of this country?
No.
Does the government have the right to levy income taxes on the fruits of their labor?
No.
Does the government respect, and this is Republicans and Democrats, unfortunately, does the government respect the constraints of the Constitution?
Not anymore.
What should people do about it?
Throw them out and put new people in. People that do believe in the Constitution and want to support it.
Do you think that we should clean the whole house, including the conservative incumbents?
Yeah, it's time everyone goes. It's time to start over.
Well, there you have, I think, a general feeling in this country. We might debate on an individual here, an individual there, but the reality is we need to send a message to government at all levels. And that message is this. This country was based on the concept that all power rests in the Lord, that the Lord empowers individuals, sovereign citizens. That's us, the people. Sovereign citizens empower government, not the other way around. The next time someone says, my Second Amendment right, say to them, God gave you that right. The Constitution just guarantees the government won't mess with it. We don't get any rights from the federal government. We give the federal government the right to exist. We do that with the states, too, by the way. So it should be said we should respect government because government is part of us, but we don't have to obey government that goes outside of the constraints under which it was created. Correct or not?
Correct.
Let me ask you about, not that I haven't asked this before, your thoughts on the right to life.
I very much believe in the right to life. I suppose there are times when abortions are named, but no, it's a real right to life all the way.
Thomas Jefferson penned, not by himself, and it went through several revisions, but he said, we are endowed by our Creator with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life is first. Your life, your right to be alive is not something that is chosen by anyone, not your mother, not your father, not your neighbor, not your president. The right to life is given to you by God. That's the basis of our country. Secondly, liberty. Did we create a government that was empowered, unless we broke certain rules, to take away our freedom?
Not in any way, shape, or form. We've got too many people out there giving their lives right now to defend our freedom.
That's right.
Can we send a message to the president? We're in a war! Make up your damn mind. Oh, sorry. All right, now, the last thing is the pursuit of happiness. It wasn't written pursuit of happiness when he first wrote it. It was written the right to own property, because under the King of England, from whom we were separating, all property belonged to the king. Did you know that? Nothing was yours. And if the king said, you know, your house, I'm taking it away from you, the king had that right. Your horse, not your, after the Magna Carta, couldn't take away your wife, although I tried a couple times. But anyway, listen to me. The pursuit of happiness means the right to own property. When you get right down to it, can government tax you on your property constitutionally? No. No, because then they own it. You have to pay them rent. If you have to pay them rent, you don't own it, they own it. And anyway, not trying to start a revolution. Maybe I am. Do we or don't we have an obligation as citizens, sovereigns of this country, to enforce the Constitution?
Yes, that's why we are supposedly electing people to the offices we do.
Is there any other comment you would like to make?
No, sir.
Well, thank you for being here, and hopefully you can help us, all of us, to have a constitutional country again.
We'll try.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is CPN.